Yeah, it was really interesting because I'd interviewed Sir Paul a couple of times, and he had seen 8 Days a Week, our documentary about the Beatles in their touring years, and really felt good about it. And he said, you know, I used to feel like I couldn't afford.
Ron Howard, a Hollywood icon and a testament to creative perseverance. From small-town roots to a celebrated career, Howard has shaped countless unforgettable moments on screen. But his life is more than just cinema. Behind his success stands a marriage that has defied Hollywood odds. A 40-plus year union with his wife, Cheryl, that's been unwavering, even in an industry where relationships often crumble. How has he sustained such creative brilliance and kept his marriage thriving? Join us as Ron Howard opens up about the secrets of his enduring love, his journey from actor to acclaimed director, and the true love of his life. Ron Howard stands as one of Hollywood's most revered figures, a man whose remarkable career spans both the acting and directing worlds. Born on March 1st, 1954, in the small town of Duncan, Oklahoma, Ron's journey to stardom was set into motion from the moment he entered the world. His family background was rich in entertainment, with his mother, Gen Spiegel, being an actress, and his father, Rance Howard, a director, writer, and actor. This early exposure to the arts no doubt planted the seeds for what would become a legendary career. With roots tracing back to Germany, England, Scotland, Ireland, and the Netherlands, Ron's diverse heritage would lay the foundation for his broad-reaching appeal, setting him on a trajectory for greatness that seemed almost destined from the start. A family of creatives and Hollywood beginnings. Rance Howard, Ron's father, originally bore the last name Beckenholt, a name he later changed to Howard as he pursued his career in acting in 1948. By the time Ron was born, Rance had already established himself in the world of Hollywood, though his acting career was often overshadowed by his work behind the camera. The Howard family wasn't just another family in Hollywood. They were a tight-knit unit with an unyielding passion for the craft of storytelling. Ron's early years were spent in the unique environment of Hollywood, where creativity flowed freely in their home. At a young age, Ron would go on to take lessons at Desilu Studios, gaining first-hand exposure to the inner workings of the film industry. But despite his early immersion in the world of show business, his parents ensured that he had a grounded childhood, attending regular school like other kids his age. He went on to attend Robert Louis Stevenson Elementary and later David Starr Jordan Jr. High, before graduating from John Burroughs High School. This balance of ordinary schooling and extraordinary opportunities would shape Ron Howard into both a grounded individual and a star in the making. After high school, Ron briefly attended the University of Southern California's prestigious School of Cinematic Arts. However, despite his early academic training in filmmaking, he would ultimately choose not to finish his degree, instead opting to pursue his passion directly within the industry. A natural-born performer, Ron had always shown an interest in directing as well as acting, and his early roles in television and film would lay the groundwork for his future endeavors behind the camera. A rising star in television. Ron Howard's career began at a remarkably young age. In 1959, just 5 years old, Ron landed his first movie role in The Journey. This was only the beginning, as he quickly became a fixture in the world of television. His career took off with guest appearances in various TV shows, including The DuPont Show with June Allison, The Twilight Zone, and even a small role in The Cheyenne Show in 1960, where he portrayed Timmy in an episode titled Counterfeit Gun. While not credited, this small part marked the first of many television appearances, as Howard began to carve out his niche as a child actor. However, it wasn't until he landed a recurring role on The Andy Griffith Show that Ron Howard truly became a household name. Playing Opie Taylor, the son of Sheriff Andy Taylor, played by Andy Griffith, Ron became an iconic character on the show, which ran from 1960 to 1968. The show, set in the fictional town of Mayberry, was a nostalgic portrayal of small-town life in the South. It was filled with wholesome humor and relatable characters, with the dynamic between Andy and Opie becoming a central theme. Ron Howard's portrayal of Opie was gentle, sincere, and full of youthful charm, making him an audience favorite. The show was a massive success, and its timeless appeal helped cement Ron's place in American television history. Ron fondly recalls his experiences on the set of The Andy Griffith Show, recounting one particular memory from his childhood. "I was 5 years old, and I was preoccupied with the prop that was in my hand because it was a toy turtle. But I had to pretend it was a real turtle that the audience just wasn't seeing, and it was dead. So I was supposed to be crying and very emotional, and I remember Andy Griffith talking to me about how it was kind of funny to have to pretend that the turtle was dead." Even at such a young age, Howard was learning the delicate art of acting, combining innocence with the skill to transform himself into different emotional states. Though The Andy Griffith Show was highly popular, it did face tough competition from other TV shows like The Jack Benny Program, The Monkees, and The Bob Newhart Show. Despite missing out on top Emmy nominations, the show's enduring legacy helped propel Ron into a career that would transcend television into the world of film, and eventually, directing. A broader career, from actor to director. In 1977, just a few years after departing Happy Days, Ron Howard made a bold leap into directing with his debut film Grand Theft Auto. Co-written with his father, Rance Howard, the film marked the beginning of Ron's second act in Hollywood as a director. The success of Grand Theft Auto would soon lead to bigger and more ambitious projects. Howard's early directorial career featured films such as Splash, 1984, Cocoon, 1985, and Willow, 1988, each of which showcased his unique blend of storytelling and his ability to create both heartwarming and adventurous narratives. Over time, Howard's directing career would evolve into one of the most successful in Hollywood history, with films like A Beautiful Mind, 2001, which won him an Academy Award for Best Director, and Apollo 13, 1995, which earned critical acclaim and multiple Oscar nominations. Throughout his career, Howard proved himself not only as a talented actor, but as a director with a remarkable vision. His films have touched on a variety of genres, from historical dramas to heartwarming comedies, and his ability to craft emotionally resonant stories has made him one of the most respected figures in the film industry. A Family Affair: The Howard Legacy. One of the most striking aspects of Ron Howard's life and career is the importance of family. Raised in a family that valued creativity and hard work, Howard has managed to maintain close relationships with his parents, his wife Cheryl, and their 4 children. Ron Howard's relationship with his wife Cheryl is especially noteworthy. The two married in 1975 and have since navigated the ups and downs of Hollywood together. Their marriage has withstood the pressures of fame, and their devotion to one another has been a constant source of inspiration to fans and fellow industry professionals alike. Together, they have built not just a successful career, but a family life that remains grounded and intact, despite the often chaotic nature of Hollywood. Breaking out from under the spotlight. Ron Howard's move from acting to directing marked a pivotal moment in his career. By the time he reached his early 20s, Howard had already built an impressive career as a child actor, notably on The Andy Griffith Show, where he portrayed Opie Taylor, and later as Richie Cunningham on the iconic sitcom Happy Days. But despite his success in front of the camera, Howard had a growing desire to work behind the scenes. His move to directing wasn't immediate, and it was driven in part by his desire to diversify and expand his creative horizons. This transition began when Howard struck a deal with Roger Corman, the legendary B-movie producer and director, who offered Howard the opportunity to direct a film in exchange for Howard starring in Eat My Dust, 1976. Corman, known for his willingness to take chances on new filmmakers, provided Howard with the chance to direct his first feature film, Grand Theft Auto, 1977. The film was a fast-paced action comedy, a far cry from the wholesome image that Howard had built up through his acting career. But it was a necessary stepping stone for the young director, giving him hands-on experience in crafting a story, managing a crew, and learning the complexities of filmmaking. The experience working with Corman was invaluable for Howard. Corman was known for pushing his directors to work quickly and efficiently with minimal resources, giving Howard a crash course in resourcefulness. It was a perfect introduction to the pressures and excitement of filmmaking. Though Grand Theft Auto was not a critical success, the film found a modest audience, and it was a clear signal that Howard had the potential to forge a new path in the industry. Stepping Up, Night Shift, and the Birth of Ron. Howard, the director. Howard's first major success as a director came in 1982 with Night Shift. The film marked a significant leap forward in his career, both in terms of its commercial success and the critical recognition he received. It was a workplace comedy starring Michael Keaton, Shelley Long, and Howard's former Happy Days co-star Henry Winkler. Night Shift was a departure from the action films Howard had started with, and it showcased his ability to handle comedy and character-driven narratives. The film's quirky premise, a night shift at a morgue being turned into a brothel, was filled with humor, and Howard's deft direction made it one of the most memorable comedies of the early 80s. The film's success was pivotal for Howard's career. It not only proved his skill as a director, but it also solidified his reputation as someone who could bring out the best in his cast. Michael Keaton's performance in Night Shift was a breakout role, and his relationship with Howard would continue to be fruitful in the years that followed. The success of Night Shift gave Howard the momentum to tackle bigger projects, and he didn't waste the opportunity. The early blockbusters, Splash, Cocoon, and Willow. In 1984, Howard directed Splash, a whimsical romantic comedy starring Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah. The film was a massive success, both critically and commercially, grossing over $69 million at the box office and cementing Howard's reputation as a filmmaker capable of crafting successful, feel-good stories. The plot, which revolves around a man falling in love with a mermaid, was a blend of fantasy, romance, and comedy, and it showcased Howard's growing skill in blending genres while maintaining a strong emotional core. Splash was not just a financial hit, it was also a milestone in Howard's career, marking his ability to direct large-scale productions. The film's success allowed him to take on even more ambitious projects. In 1985, he directed Cocoon, a science fiction comedy drama that became another box office hit. The film, which focused on a group of senior citizens who encounter extraterrestrial life, was a major success, grossing over $85 million. It starred a stellar cast, including Donna Mache, Hume Cronin, and Wilford Brimley. Critics hailed Cocoon for its heartfelt performances and its blend of science fiction with genuine human emotion. Howard's ability to work with an ensemble cast and create an emotional connection with his audience became one of his trademarks as a director. In 1988, Howard returned to the fantasy genre with Willow, a high-budget adventure film that brought him together once again with George Lucas, who served as the executive producer. The film starred Val Kilmer and Warwick Davis and was set in a fantastical world filled with magic, warriors, and an epic battle between good and evil. While Willow was not the massive box office success that Howard's previous films had been, it developed a loyal cult following over time. The film is still remembered today for its intricate world building and for Howard's ability to direct large, action-packed sequences. It demonstrated his capacity to work within the constraints of a genre while bringing his unique emotional storytelling to the forefront. Parenthood and Howard's mastery of character-driven stories. In 1989, Howard directed Parenthood, a heartfelt family comedy drama starring Steve Martin, Mary Steenburgen, and Jason Robards. The film followed the lives of a large dysfunctional family and their struggles with the challenges of parenting. Parenthood was a critical and commercial success, grossing over $100 million worldwide and becoming one of the defining films of Howard's career. The ensemble cast, which also featured Tom Hulce, Rick Moranis, and a young Joaquin Phoenix, was praised for its performances, and the film's themes of family, love, and personal growth resonated deeply with audiences. The film's success further established Howard as a director capable of tackling both large-scale blockbusters and intimate, character-driven stories. The delicate balance he achieved in Parenthood between humor and drama became one of his trademarks as a filmmaker. It also earned Howard 2 Academy Award nominations, one for Best Picture and another for Best Director, solidifying his place among the industry's top directors. A storied career in the 1990s and beyond. As the 1990s began, Ron Howard continued to build on his success, taking on a variety of films that showcased his growth as a director. In 1991, he directed Backdraft, a dramatic thriller about firefighters starring Kurt Russell and William Baldwin. The film was a critical and commercial success, praised for its intense action sequences and the emotional depth it brought to the lives of its characters. Howard's ability to direct large-scale action while maintaining a strong emotional throughline was again evident, and the film earned several awards, including a nomination for Best Visual Effects at the Academy Awards. In 1992, Howard tackled Far and Away, an epic historical drama about Irish immigrants in America, starring Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Although the film received mixed reviews, it was a financial success, grossing over $137 million at the box office. In 1994, Howard took on the world of journalism with The Paper, a comedy drama that starred Michael Keaton, Glenn Close, and Marisa Tomei. The film was another critical success, with critics praising its fast-paced narrative and Keaton's performance. But perhaps the most significant achievement of Howard's career came in 1995 with Apollo 13, the gripping true story of the 1970 space mission that nearly ended in disaster. The film, which starred Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, and Bill Paxton, was a major success, grossing over $355 million worldwide. Critics widely praised Howard's direction, particularly his ability to recreate the tension and drama of the real-life event without resorting to melodrama. The film received 9 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture and Best Director, and Howard won the award for Best Director. Apollo 13 marked a turning point in Howard's career, solidifying his reputation as one of the finest directors of his generation. Moving into the 21st century. A Beautiful Mind, The Da Vinci Code, and more. In the 2000s, Howard continued to push the boundaries of filmmaking. In 2001, he directed A Beautiful Mind, a biographical drama about the life of mathematician John Nash, who struggled with schizophrenia. The film starred Russell Crowe and Jennifer Connelly, and it became one of Howard's most acclaimed works. A Beautiful Mind received 8 Academy Award nominations and won 4, including Best Director for Howard. The film's success was a culmination of everything Howard had learned throughout his career: his ability to handle complex subject matter, his mastery of emotional storytelling, and his skill in eliciting incredible performances from his actors. Howard's directorial journey took him into new territory in 2006 with The Da Vinci Code, a global blockbuster based on the best-selling novel by Dan Brown. Despite mixed critical reviews, the film was a massive commercial success, grossing over $758 million worldwide. Howard continued the Robert Langdon series with Angels and Demons, in 2009 and Inferno in 2016, bringing the iconic Harvard professor and symbologist to life in thrilling mysteries that captivated global audiences, even if critics were divided. Ron Howard, navigating the ever-expanding universe of cinema and life. Ron Howard's career has spanned decades, marked by an extraordinary range of experiences both in front of and behind the camera. His journey from child actor to one of Hollywood's most respected directors is a tale of relentless ambition, quiet resilience, and a deep love for storytelling. From his early days on The Andy Griffith Show to his transformative work in the director's chair, Howard has left an indelible mark on American cinema. But perhaps even more impressive is his ongoing ability to evolve and surprise, charting new creative journeys, such as his venture into animated features and survival dramas. Alongside his professional achievements, his enduring love story with Cheryl, his wife of over 4 decades, provides a steady, unwavering foundation that has seen him through Hollywood's turbulent highs and lows. The rise of a young star. Ron Howard's story begins at the age of 5 when he first appeared on The Andy Griffith Show as Opie Taylor, a role that introduced him to the American public as an endearing and earnest young boy. Born on March 1st, 1954, in Duncan, Oklahoma. Howard's parents, Rance Howard and Jean Spiegel Howard, were both involved in the entertainment industry, which exposed him to acting at an early age. The Andy Griffith Show wasn't just a significant platform for young Ron. It became a cornerstone of his professional identity. His character, Opie, was the idealistic, good-natured son of Sheriff Andy Taylor, and through his portrayal, Howard quickly became a beloved fixture of American television. Although Howard's days as Opie ended when the show went off the air in 1968, his journey in Hollywood was far from over. His subsequent role as Richie Cunningham on Happy Days, 1974 to 1984, solidified his status as one of the most recognizable actors in America. While Happy Days became an enduring cultural touchstone, showcasing the 1950s Americana, Howard's portrayal of the wholesome, earnest Richie continued to capture the hearts of viewers. Little did anyone know that this would be the beginning of a broader transition that would shape his future. One that would move him beyond acting and into directing. Crafting success. Splash, Cocoon, and the evolution of Ron Howard's directorial vision. Howard's success as a director was solidified in 1984 with Splash, a whimsical, romantic comedy that starred Tom Hanks as a man who falls in love with a mermaid, played by Daryl Hannah. The film was a box office smash, grossing $69 million against a modest $20 million budget. With Splash, Howard demonstrated his ability to balance fantasy, romance, and humor, crafting a film that was both charming and heartfelt. It also marked the beginning of a fruitful collaboration between Howard and Hanks, one that would continue for decades. In 1985, Howard directed Cocoon, a sci-fi fantasy film about a group of senior citizens who encounter an alien race that rejuvenates them. The film not only captured the essence of human frailty and the desire for vitality, but also demonstrated Howard's gift for storytelling that transcended genres. Cocoon earned $85 million at the box office, and Howard's ability to merge big ideas with deeply human experiences further elevated his standing in Hollywood. Then came Willow in 1988, a high fantasy adventure film executive produced by George Lucas. While the film wasn't as commercially successful as Splash or Cocoon, Willow developed a strong cult following. The story, featuring a young farmer tasked with protecting a prophecy child, was ambitious, featuring elaborate world building and impressive special effects. It showcased Howard's growing confidence in taking on grand cinematic adventures, balancing spectacle with genuine emotion. mastery of character-driven stories, parenthood, and beyond. In 1989, Howard took a significant leap with Parenthood, a deeply relatable comedy drama that explored the complexities of family life. Starring Steve Martin, Mary Steenburgen, and Jason Robards, the film was an ensemble piece about the chaotic yet loving dynamics of a multi-generational family. Howard's direction demonstrated a nuanced understanding of family relationships, combining humor with heartfelt drama. The film was a commercial success and reinforced Howard's ability to handle emotional material while still keeping a light touch. Howard's career trajectory continued to soar as he embraced larger-scale films. But Parenthood is where his mastery of character-driven storytelling really began to shine. His ability to elicit strong performances from a stellar ensemble cast and his knack for balancing drama with humor became trademarks of his filmmaking style. Big-ticket films, Apollo 13, and A Beautiful Mind. In the 1990s, Howard reached new heights with Apollo 13, 1995, a gripping historical drama about the 1970 space mission that almost ended in disaster. With an ensemble cast that included Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, and Bill Paxton, Howard was able to turn a story about a space mission into an emotionally powerful drama. Apollo 13 was a major commercial and critical success, grossing over $355 million worldwide. Howard's precise and detailed direction, combined with a realistic portrayal of the tense atmosphere of the mission, earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Director. The film became an essential part of his legacy, showcasing his ability to craft films based on real-life events with an intensity that was both cinematic and emotionally resonant. In 2001, Howard directed A Beautiful Mind, a biographical drama about mathematician John Nash, who struggled with schizophrenia. The film starred Russell Crowe and Jennifer Connelly, and it became one of Howard's most celebrated works. A Beautiful Mind won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Director for Howard. The film's success was a testament to Howard's ability to navigate complex psychological terrain while crafting a narrative that was both engaging and deeply empathetic. His direction helped to humanize Nash's struggles, capturing the delicate line between genius and madness. Solo, a Star Wars story, navigating new frontiers. In 2017, Howard took on one of his most challenging projects, directing Solo, a Star Wars story, 2018. The film's journey to the big screen was fraught with behind-the-scenes turmoil. Original directors Phil Lord and Christopher Miller were replaced by Howard after creative differences arose, and the production was in danger of losing its way. Howard stepped in with just a few weeks of filming left, tasked with salvaging a film that had already seen multiple changes in direction. In a brave public move, Howard embraced the challenge head-on, taking to social media to express his excitement about joining the Star Wars universe. "I'm beyond grateful to join the Star Wars universe," he tweeted, signaling a deep reverence for the legacy of the iconic franchise while acknowledging the high expectations of fans. The film eventually hit theaters in May 2018, and, while it was a modest commercial success, it didn't quite capture the cultural impact of other Star Wars films. Despite the difficulties, Howard's commitment to honoring the Star Wars legacy and crafting a compelling adventure for fans was palpable. Diverse projects, Hillbilly Elegy, 13 Lives, and The Future. Howard's exploration of diverse genres continued with Hillbilly Elegy, 2020, an adaptation of J.D. Vance's memoir. The film, which starred Amy Adams and Glenn Close, delved into the complexities of life in Appalachia and the struggles of Vance's family. While the film received mixed reviews, it showcased Howard's ability to tackle contemporary social issues. In 2021, Howard directed 13 Lives, a harrowing recount of the 2018 Thai cave rescue. This survival drama, starring Viggo Mortensen and Colin Farrell, captured the courage and determination of the rescuers in a real-life life-or-death situation. The film premiered in theaters and was later available on Prime Video, receiving praise for its emotional depth and meticulous attention to detail. As if to further showcase his growing versatility, Howard took on his first animated feature film with The Shrinking of Treehorn, an adaptation of the beloved children's book by Ruth Stiles Gannett. The film, slated for release with Netflix, highlights Howard's ever-expanding creative range. The project signals a new chapter in his filmmaking career, one that sees him stepping into the world of animation and continuing his tradition of making deeply resonant, captivating films.